Shame doesn't live in your thoughts. It lives in a nervous system state called freeze. And understanding your body's nervous system states explains more about your intimate life than any technique ever will. In this teaching from a masterclass, Jen and I talk about the various nervous system states and its relationship to your arousal.
The question, what is genital health? What does that mean in your practice, Rahi? And how do you begin to even address and explore this when a client arrives to work with you?
Sure. When I think of genital health, I really think about what is the client's ability to attune to and relate with their own genitalia. So genital health can mean like a million different things to a million different people. What does it mean to you? And that's the question I would pose to listeners, whether you're here live or listening on the recording, is what what is your capacity to attune to, listen for, and respond to your own genitals' desires, curiosities, or questions? And I feel like, this ability to attune to what it is that our genitalia wants is influenced by two different areas. One is the state of our nervous system, and the other is what is the conditioning, messages, beliefs we received about our own genitalia growing up. So, when it comes to the nervous system, we know that the state in which our nervous system is in affects everything from oxytocin flow in the body to the oxygenation of blood, which affects our genital health and specifically our genital sensitivity, tissue sensitivity. It also affects the degree to which we're hypervigilant in our mind, watching, assessing, judging, or are we really in the felt space of our genitalia? So, I really I kind of emphasize the importance of where our nervous system is because I believe that's kind of the foundation of our genital health and our sexual health in general. I have an image here, or rather a chart that I'd like to share that kind of captures this very quickly. So here is a chart that illustrates these. So this is based on the work of Dr. Stephen Porges. He really studied the effect of the vagus nerve and created something called the polyvagal theory. Now, this chart specifically addresses how our vagus nerve responds in a sexual way. So when our body is in what's called the social engagement stage, when we're feeling safe, the emotions most available to our bodies are those of compassion, calmness, groundedness, and I think very importantly, curiosity. So we can really be in a state of curiosity about our own genital health, our body, what our body's wanting. And the physiological effect of this is that this increases our ability to relate and connect, increases oxytocin, increases the oxygenation of our blood. It increases prosody and voice. What it decreases is defensive behavior. When our nervous system goes up into either a fight or flight mode or a fawn response, what goes up are our adrenaline, our heart rate, our defensive responses, and what decreases is our sexual functioning, our sexual responsiveness. And of course, when we move up into the freeze, in addition to the emotional states of dissociation, numbness, depression, shame is up here in freeze, and that's how debilitating shame is, either sexual shame or feeling shamed from our primary group. And again, what decreases is our sexual responsiveness. So this is an indication of how vital the role our nervous system plays in our genital health. And then the other area is really how did we learn what we believe about our genitalia? I think it goes all the way back to how we were potty trained, how we were diaper changed, what threats to belonging or perceived threats to love and the loss of love was there regarding how our genitals were either welcomed, shamed, respected, or dismissed. And that's something that each of us, has a very unique conditioning around. So in answer to the question of like, what is genital health? I believe it really comes around like, how attuned and responsive can we be to listening and attuning to what our genitalia wants? Jen.
It's such an interesting and really different view of the concept of health than that which, I was raised in a traditional kind of Western medical model, where health is kind of the flip side would be disease, right? So, we think of the meaning or purpose of the study of medicine is to treat disease, and you're actually saying, well, no, health, embracing health is attuning and listening.
To go deeper into this work, start where my clients start, the free genital awakening meditation at rahichun.com.